Wade Barrett is expected to make a WWE in-ring return. A top TNA name is expected to join All Elite Wrestling, and has John Cena just teased a Cody Rhodes match? Cheeky devil. Time for the news. I'm afraid I've got some good news, because Wade Barrett might be getting back in the ring on the latest WrestleVotes radio show. It was stated that one of their WWE sources expected Wade Barrett to make a return to the ring. They said they would not anticipate Barrett ever returning full time. However, they can absolutely see Wade Barrett return to action on a short-term program if it had something to do with Mr. Drew McIntyre. The thought process behind this is obviously Wade Barrett and Drew McIntyre are very close friends. Kissy, kissy. That's it, isn't it? Not the kissy, kissy, but that's it. He'll, if it wasn't Drew, I don't think we'd be talking about this. Yep. I think there's probably a significant amount of money that Wade Barrett could make doing a short program with Drew McIntyre. Absolutely. A couple of big beefy boys going at it. Mm-hmm. I'm all for it. It's been something that's been teased now for I guess the past couple of months at least, in terms of the Drew McIntyre and CM Punk stuff, because Drew was kind of, it was hitting out at officials, beating up referees, and Wade was like, you've got to stop because you'll get suspended if you keep doing this. And they've been teasing it, little tiny drips and here and there, and I for one would really like to see it. Wade always looks in tremendous shape. He always puts out like videos of himself working out and just looking fantastic. Like, them two together can make magic, because they're friends and like they've been through so much together in the ring as well. They've just got the chemistry, don't they? I genuinely think this might be a WrestleMania match. I think it's certainly worthy of WrestleMania, but I think it's an easy thing to do. Royal Rumble, buzzer goes off, Wade gets up from the commentary table, Drew ends up eliminating him, and then they start the program properly and work it all the way to WrestleMania, and we see it could be a short thing, it could just be a one match deal. I'm so up for it. Wade recently said in an interview that like, it's lucky that Drew didn't push it any further because he would have eaten a bullhammer and all this stuff. So it's been teased, but he's always said no. I remember in WCPW, I don't know if I meant to talk about this, but they wanted him to do a match, and Wade was always just like no, and I think they would have thrown pretty decent money at him, relatively speaking, for him to do it. He did throw a bullhammer. He hit Zach Gibson in the No Regrets Rumble, as you may remember. But he was just like, no, I'm properly done. But you're right, he's still in incredible shape, and he's a big what if in WWE, isn't he? I'm not saying that they're going to give him the world title that I think he should have had 10 odd years ago. But I think they'll do him proud, and he'll sort of be going out on his terms. I think that's it. Like, as you were saying before, and we've heard things as well where it seems like he was just like, I'm good doing what I'm doing. I don't really want to get back in the ring, but I feel like maybe when it's, with someone who he really admires and one of his best friends, and the opportunity is there, and through the little interactions we've seen of him with Drew McIntyre, it feels like he's up for it at the same time too. Like, he's like, and I'm ready for it. I don't think they'll hold back either. No, like, because they're such big lads. Like, you see when like Drew and Sheamus, also good friends, they get in the ring, they absolutely leather each other. And I think it'll be similar with Wade. Former bare knuckle boxer. He'll batter him. He will. He'll batter him. I really, really, truly hope it happens. Yeah. We move over to the TNA side of things now, but really, the AEW side of things. PW Insider reporting that former X Division champion Speedball Mike Bailey is done with TNA. His contract reportedly expired on November the 1st. This was swiftly followed up by Sean Rossap of Fightful Select, saying that several TNA talent and sources close to Bailey say that he is heading to All Elite Wrestling. Bailey recently filed for trademarks on his ring name. He is a tremendously talented guy. So fluid in the like he's just great. Apparently, like, WWE have had interest for the longest time. It looked like that might happen at one point, but it doesn't surprise me that AEW also have interest. I'd love to see him there. I'd love to see him on a big stage. Well, I think that's it as well, isn't it? I think him and his in-ring work sort of slots in sort of perfectly with the kind of products that AEW gives to people. And the ability to see him, and when Vikingo is healthy and all right again, for them two to go at it as they have done in the past, like on a bigger, grander scale, so more people can see that. Oh my God, that was
just going to be amazing for him to get to showcase what he can really do, because he is genuinely that good.
He's one of those guys that never ever holds back. I've seen him perform multiple times in person with a few hundred people there, and he was always incredible. And this is years ago that I was watching this stuff, but you see him do some of the smaller indie shows, and he still wrestles like he's in front of, like, I don't know, 10,000 people or something. He really, really does go for it. He's so tremendously talented. And seemingly a lovely guy. He raids us quite a lot on Twitch as well.
Nice,
and that gets a big thumbs up from me. So best of luck to him, because he is so good. I wonder, because like Tony Khan has a bit of a habit of bringing in spouses as well. Do you reckon that Vader Scott, his partner, do you reckon that Vader could possibly get an announcing or a commentary thing from this? I think it's a possibility.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them doing something like that.
She's clamoring to do it because she's gone all over the place. Like, she's been like she does so many indies, and she's really, really good at what she does. But I don't think she's ever been allowed to do that on a big stage. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I certainly nothing the size of AEW. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were to bring in Vader as well.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And AEW seems to be doing more avenues in terms of stuff on YouTube as well, like backstage shows and this, that, and the other. So I can see her slotting in there too. Like, I think there's definitely ways to get her in there.
Yeah, I think she'd be a bit of a get as well. We move over back to WWE. Saturday night's main event is approaching very soon, but you might not have to wait too long for the second version of Saturday night main event. What's the word that I'm looking for? Iteration. Of this Saturday night main event. It's not the second ever, obviously. WrestleVotes Radio once again saying Saturday night's main event, episode number 2. We are hearing that the date is tentatively scheduled for January 25th, which happens to be the week before the Royal Rumble. We don't have a location. We're working on that. This really, really surprises me. I thought this was going to be like a one-time-a-year deal. So to hear it coming like a month after the first one.
So they seem to be pretty regular then as well. And also like so close to the Royal Rumble at the same time. A week prior, I think it is, to the Rumble itself. It's
coming really like soon, the first Saturday night's main event episode of this version. And it's something I still don't know a great deal about. Do you know what I mean? It feels like we're in the dark a little bit, because like we're all buzzing about Royal Rumble coming up, and we got Survivor Series very soon as well. But Saturday night's main event isn't that far away, and obviously, like, well, we just don't know much about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to do live reactions to it and everything. Yeah, but I don't have a clue about it. But to hear that a second one is coming sooner rather than later, I wonder if it's going to be that regular moving forward, once a month-ish.
It makes me believe so, I guess. Yeah, because if we get December, then January, then I was just going to do the calendar. No, I don't need to do the months. I do like calendars. But yeah, I guess it remains to be seen. It just feels a little bit weird that it's so close to the Royal, like literally just a week before the Royal Rumble. Yeah. I guess I wonder how big these shows are actually going to be. I think
we're going to see world title. I think they're going to be like mini pay-per-views. I think we'll see like world title matches, but with the expectation that no title is ever going to change hands on one.
Well, I mean, it's rumored to be Kevin and Cody at the first one, isn't it? So yeah, I can see that. But I think you're right. Without the sort of thinking, but prior to that, when it was sort of like, 2006, 7-ish, when it was there before, like they had some banger matches on there.
They had some great matches.
You'd never see otherwise.
Well, it's really cool. Historically, it's been such a big deal. Yeah. But it's difficult to know exactly what to expect from it. Time will tell, as we say. We're going to finish off with John Cena playing silly buggers on Instagram. And obviously, you can't take anything that John Cena posts on Instagram too seriously, but he has posted an image of Cody Rhodes as Stardust, but in full, you can see it right there now, in the Stars and Stripes, that get up. It's a Photoshop, a very good Photoshop, in fact, picture. This follows reports that John Cena may at some point wrestle Cody Rhodes, and he's obviously entering he's at the Royal Rumble event. He hasn't declared himself for the Royal Rumble. The expectation is that he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match. We talked about this a lot yesterday, so I don't want to spend too long on this. It's a match that I would really like to see, and I think it's a match that WWE would love to put on, because I think it'll make them lots and lots of cash.
I mean, that's it. And there was also the tiny little tidbit yesterday that came out on Twitter. Cody Rhodes tweeting that John Cena was at the Nightmare Factory as well. Whether that was just for a seminar or he was just visiting or something like that.
John Cena doing a seminar.
Well, I don't know.
Dave Taylor or something.
How to do this?
No, I'm not slagging off his ability. What's he got to teach the superstars at all? That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't think John Cena's popping in the Nightmare Factory because he's a big QT Marshall fan. Like, why would he be there?
Why would he be there? Talk shop, you know? A little bit of gab.
They're working on something there, aren't they? I don't know. Right, we will be back this afternoon with some more wrestling news for you. Enjoy the rest of your days, and we will see you in a bit.